Welcome to another episode of Not for the Weak-Minded. Now, I am forever trying to get things done, and unfortunately, new stuff keeps getting in the way, or I just don't have enough time to do the things I'm planning, to literally use their sort of tactics, what you see on Facebook, of how to identify fake news and literally point it right back at the media. And essentially, I aim to prove that the media are always using some excuse to come up with a fake agenda for a purpose. Now, I've already discussed about them trying to take the knives away, and that I know that involves a lot more knowledge and their intent and what they truly intend, which I didn't say in the last video about this. And this has to do with the United Nations. This has to do with the fact that we are the terrorists and that they will label us so, and in the name of peace, you know, invade our countries, so to speak. You know, they don't want people to defend themselves. You know, at the same time, they also want the Muslims to start a civil war in this country, you know, and the English people to be part of that. You know, because this is what's culminating in the news about the fears of what's going on and everything. So, murder probe. Liverpool stabbing. 2 men, 19 and 24, arrested on suspicion, right, of murder after man stabbed to death while City celebrated Champions League win. Now, any old excuse is like, oh, because people had a great time, you know, and they just got pissed up, and one of them just started an argument, and these 2 lads, and then one of them just, you know, he pulled out a knife, this 19-year-old, or you know, and stabbed him. So let's say 2 men have today been arrested on suspicion of murder after a man was stabbed to death during a fight in Liverpool. Okay, so the person that saw the fight must have called it in, right? This incident. Now, before we get into the pictures, I'm not really gonna talk much about them in this perspective, but I will. I've downloaded them already, and we'll look at them properly, just to see that this is another fake article, and that if you look carefully, that the indicators of this being so is right in front of your face, hidden in plain sight. So police were scrambled to the scene outside the Wild Cat. Now, the cat's reference is a very occult connection to ancient Egypt, and this is why we have a lot of stuff, you know, links, you know, and Puma, and because they control all these companies, and that is another connection. And ink bars about 3 a.m. So again, the time, although, you know, things that occur do happen at night. I'm not disputing that at 3 a.m. things can happen, you know, but as we'll continue, did it really? Finding a number of people suffering from stab wounds. So they scrambled to the scene, and find a number of people, right? A number, just more than one, being stabbed. A 33-year-old man from Liverpool was found with a stab wound to his chest. Okay, so they got there, and on the scene was a man with a knife in his chest. He was rushed to Royal Liverpool University Hospital, where surprisingly he died with a knife in his chest. And, you know, let's say it was a direct impact straight in the heart. Dead on arrival? Was he dead already? If that person was there, really? You know, if it was stabbed to the chest? Whereabouts? A 24-year-old man was found stabbed in the arm and taken to hospital he was later arrested. So the other guy that got stabbed, was taken to hospital, and then he was arrested, right? So he must be involved. A 19-year-old from Toxteth was arrested on suspicion of murder after police chased him down as he ran from the scene. So, how quick did they have to be there on this scene in order for them to actually catch the perpetrators of something that could happen within a split second, and they'll be out of there? And yet, someone had to call it in to see it, so there must have been a witness. So for them to be scrambling there to begin with, you know, where's the witness? The fatal attack came as a football fan celebrated Liverpool's victory in the Champions League final last night. That's just there to reference that people were out enjoying themselves, and because we've got an alcoholic culture, yeah, things do happen. Generally, though, not stabbings, punch-ups and kick-ins, you know, bottles. Mostly fighting, though. Police said there was nothing to link the attack to the match celebrations. So why mention it in the first place then? Is it because you're trying to link alcoholism to this attack, and that put people's minds that, oh, it must have been a crazy football fan that got a bit too drunk and had a knife on him? Go away. Forensics called in. A Merseyside police spokesman said, on arrival, officers found two men who had received knife wounds and gave chase to a third man who was arrested a short distance away. So even when they got there, the guy that, you know, that was stabbed as well, you know, in the arm, he couldn't possibly run away as well, was seen as a victim. And then he was arrested. So, well, the third man ran from the scene. I mean, like I said, how quick did they have to be there? I mean, very quickly indeed, for someone to hang around, just loiter around the scene. Just happened. Right. A knife believed to have been used in the incident has also been recovered and is now being examined for forensics. Great. You know, this is where they'll go, yeah, because of the knife, we're going to put meaty, bloody lad down. You don't exist. And you'll think no otherwise of that. It was just another attack, another knife incident in this country, and which is culminating on the news every other day or every day, or however, you know, however you want to see it. It's on the news for a reason. This knife crime stuff, you know, people get beat up every day. People get, you know, all sorts of things done to them every day, and yet that's not on the news, but these incidences are. So Detective Inspector Alison Wood said, the investigation is in its early stages and the motive for the attack is unknown. However, we understand the men were known to each other and the attack was targeted. Okay, so these two men, one of them being stabbed, and the 24-year-old man went up to this 33-year-old man who was just, you know, out at 3 o'clock in the morning in this alleyway, and it was a provoked attack. Okay, that's what they're saying now. At this time, it is believed that the 33-year-old victim who lived in the city centre was involved in an altercation with the two men. That's what we just said. You just said that they knew each other, and that the two men with the knife, one of them with a knife that happened to get stabbed with, how many knives to come to this scene, right? So think about it. Matey's been stabbed with one in his chest, so that's one. Matey's obviously had a swipe on his arm. So what happened in that incident? Matey just tried to defend himself, right? How did it even get in his hand? You know? And then how did he lose the knife and then ended up in his chest again? You see, there must have been a big struggle, and oh, blood must have been everywhere. We'll see. Two men aged 19 and 24, have been arrested on suspicion after murder and will be interviewed by detectives. The family of the deceased have been informed, and a family liaison officer will be supporting them at this tragic time. Now, obviously, if this is true, if this incident happened, I feel sorry for the family, but I'm very doubtful in this scenario because of the pictures and what it says. Nevertheless, you know, I'm very humble and, you know, honest person. If I'm wrong, you know, if this person is generally a real person, you know, who died in this incident. So D.I. Woods added, the city centre was really busy in the early hours of this morning, and I would appeal to anyone who may have witnessed the incident or who has any information which could help us with our inquiry to contact us. What about the person that called you to scramble to the incident? What about that person that said, oh, look, 999, you got to come here because there's there's 3 guys having a fight. One of them's got a knife. There's a struggle. Oh, no, he's been stabbed in the chest. You know? Or they obviously didn't hang around. They just rang police and went, 999, yeah, there's a fight in the alleyway by this address, you know? Just happens to link to a cat, you know, and that's how occult it is. So, now look, let's just carry on. The scene has been cordoned off while crime scene investigators carry out forensic examinations and officers are conducting inquiries, and we'll be looking at CCTV to establish the circumstances around the incident. Right, so there is CCTV around, you know, I'm going to show you in the image. I'm also going to show you how these people are not crime scene investigators, and that they may look like they're wearing the gear, but in reality they're there to do absolutely nothing but to lie, which is why I know this never happened. You know, or if it did, they're using it as an excuse to portray a message hidden in plain sight. And I will show you. A Home Office post mortem will be carried out to establish the cause of death. Well, isn't it obvious? He got bloody stabbed. You know, is it rocket science? You know, if he got a knife in his fucking chest, do you really need a post-mortem? No. So anyone with information is asked to contact detectives on this number or Crime Stoppers Anonymous. Oh, it'd be interesting to ring those numbers, wouldn't it? One day. I'm not going to, you get in trouble, but where it links to who or whatever, or you know, because these things are very, very off. And so let's just go back. This one. My gallery. Oh, wrong way. So now, that is a Brazilian weather host. That's a man, transgender. That I just keep saying on the news, oh, they're going nuts for it. Oh, she's going a little dance and everything. And it's a different video. Anyway. So here's a picture. This is the first picture. There's 2 pictures to this scene. Now, what is going on here? What is he holding? Or she? It's a she. In her hand. What the hell does this have to do with anything? There's a bit of glass there, look. It looks like. Or is that a bit of equipment? What are they doing? So, let me just go back out. What's in the bags? What sort of things do crime scene investigators come with? This looks just like a weird doll. Look. There's an eye. There's another eye. That's like a demon alien. There's an ear there, look. And move away. There's the other ear. Like that. You know? Do you see it? I mean, what the hell is that? That's not, you know, that's not what a crime scene investigator takes in their bags. They take briefcases full of scientific equipment. And now, let's just, sorry, take a closer look at what they're wearing. You Can't really see the name badges, but I don't think this is an official crime scene investigation. I think this is literally just a hoax, and they're using the football to make you believe that, oh, it's just another one of those, just another incident, and then nothing happened. Nothing. So let's go to the next image. Now this building, right in front of us, has a camera. Right there. Oh, you see the thing. Right there. You can see it. So they got a bang-on view of what's really going on down this alleyway, which they said it was very, very busy at seeing Liverpool celebrate the Champions League final, and yet no one saw this incident, you know, and yet they managed to scramble to the scene to find the culprits, you know, running from it. Something is off, and now you look at this scene differently when you look at the pentagram which they've put on the floor right there. Here we go. There it is. There it is. So there it is. There's the pentagram. This is the reason why it's fake. It's because literally this didn't happen. They're using the football as an excuse to another fake crime knife incident for a purpose and agenda by the media, which it says right there, like, right, you know, the media building. So am I lying to you about this incident? I don't think so. So are these people really crime scene investigators? No. So thank you very much for watching another very, very annoying but very vital episode in understanding how the media always use truth and lies and fake agendas to get their will fulfilled. Please share, like, subscribe.